Hey everyone, it's Baze Junkie transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video and finally back with my chart haul for like October 2K20. I'm late, I know, but it's been a busy month and stuff, and this have been like busy days because, well, on Friday the new Combat Drops release dropped, which made it pretty good on the first day of sales, although we had like a few technical difficulties in terms of distribution and stuff, which are hopefully resolved right now. But yeah, on Friday also, which was yesterday, I had a spontaneous guest mix on a Polish pirate radio, which actually transmitted or transmits on FM frequencies in like 3 cities of Poland, in Krakow, as well as 2 others, which I don't even try to pronounce because I would butcher them. But the radio station was Rave FM, or is Rave FM, like a long-running pirate station in Poland. The guy who hosted my set on his show was DJ Blazik. Shout out to DJ Blazik and to the Rave FM crew just for hosting me like spontaneously. This was a fun experience. The first time I had a DJ mix in Poland actually, so I'm looking forward to work with them again for sure, and also I'm looking forward to like enter other countries in terms of radio, so France, UK, Poland covered, maybe Sweden next, I don't know. Or if you like somewhere in like a totally obscure country from a German perspective, like somewhere in South America or like in Southeast Asia or whatever, and run radio station or run a like web radio or whatever, I gladly contribute mixes to all of you guys because, well, this is a thing I'd like to do and stuff. But let's go into my charts, into the records I bought or like loved in the past weeks. We're starting with one you've already seen, so I'm not gonna take it out, like Afflicted versus the Devil, Sound of a New Season EP on Afflicted in Techno, a hand-cut last cut release limited to, I don't know, 10 or 20 copies, I guess. So very limited stuff. Both tracks are very rave oriented. Here is it again, and like a mixture of rave, trance, techno, big room stuff for big warehouses. You've seen this in an unboxing video, so you know what I'm talking about. Good stuff for all you techno and rave DJs out there. So get this if you like this, and if you can find this actually. The next one, totally different. You've seen this as well. Alistair Roberts, Fretted and Indebted on the Berlin-based label, which escapes me right now, just excuse me. Infinite Grayscale, of course, I've unboxed this as well. This was one of the records which arrived at my place. It's kind of damaged because the postman is actually not careful or not taking care of my parcels and stuff. This has been better in the last weeks because I filed a big complaint and stuff, but I hope this stays this way. And when I received this record, I presumed, or like from the press info and stuff, I got this is like original folk tracks or like folk songs reimagined and stuff, and this is really true. So this is mostly a cappella with like a little bit of, I don't know, fiddle or whatever. So very, very natural, simplistic, naturalistic music from a simpler time, and it took me like a few listens to get really into this, but this is like a great window into what life in the 1700s and 1800s was in terms of like how people expressed their feelings and their life and stuff. So this is a totally different listening experience, but an interesting one for sure. Alistair Roberts, Fretted and Indebted. The next one is from a label you've seen quite a lot recently, a 10-inch Puss 2020-03. So Puss is a label that does like bootleg releases or like illegal or like not illegal but unofficial remixes. Always have this lipstick stamp on there, so they emulate the records having been kissed, which was true for the first records actually, because I know that there was someone really kissing the records with like paint on the lips and stuff, but now I guess due to Corona and due to like hygiene reasons they have changed this. This is an interesting one, not that prime time, peak time focused as the last ones, but this is a kind of deep house meets a little bit of neo-cosmic, meets like well-known vocal samples from the disco era. Interestingly, like 2 versions on there, plus like a vocal a cappella tool, so which is rare these days. So you have like a DJ tool, 1 minute DJ tool involved in there as well. Really good. We'll put this in the DJ mix I'm gonna do for radio in the future, so post 2023, interesting stuff. Now a surprise maybe, from the Cologne-based Compact label, which is a label I usually don't follow that much, and neither do I follow the artist much, which is Robert Wrume. But let's have a look at the record first. Robert Wrume is a guy, I guess, from Jena, East Germany. Very prolific producer, also involved with the Freude am Tanzen label, I guess. And this is Speicher 115. So the Speicher series is like a sub-series of Compact. And what is this all about? This is very deep and not that driving minimal techno, tech house, melodic house, and with surprisingly, I don't know, not that dynamic bass drum stuff. So very, very low key, more like intro tracks. But what this is all about is the B-side, the Karma Karma track, is sampling a classic from the house and techno scene. I hope you can read this right. And this is The Realm by Chantal, which is a vocal sample that has been sampled in the house and techno realm a gazillion times. Very, very interesting and like very hypnotizing. And this is like a new take on these vocals, and this is why I love the track. I've put this in a radio mix already, which will be aired somewhere soon or somewhere soon. So this is interesting. I wouldn't necessarily play this peak time because it's well too low and not this like not that pounding, so not fitting or well suitable for my peak time sets. But like in the very beginning or in the very end of the night or for radio, I love this one. So yeah, the Compact label has been around for 1 gazillion years, but I don't buy them usually that much. So this is like an exception from the norm. And yeah, another great one, and with a great design actually, is Tanzstücke by the near Frankfurt-based artist Schan, which is a guy from Germany, actually, sure, Frankfurt and stuff. And this looks very old school, and also the back looks very old school. And Tanzstücke does mean, or if you want to translate this, pieces for dancing, which is for bass, keyboards and drums as defined here in the artwork. I really like the typography here. And yeah, this is very interesting, as a lot of records on the Running Back label, or this is RB Schan, is the catalog number, so, or the matrix number. Yeah, this is basically very uplifting tech house meets Italo, meets a little bit of electro clash, but without vocals and stuff. Very interesting, positive music, definitely peak time suitable and stuff. And I'm gonna dig into this producer Schan more, and also I will dig into the Running Back catalog more, because I discovered the label recently, although they are involved in electronic music for ages now, and they have released a lot of stuff and a lot of different stuff. I have several sub-labels, but I really like this, and I also like the look. This is the original pressing. If you have one with like a standard cardboard cover and just a sticker here, you are dealing with a repress. So this is the original artwork, but I know that it's sold out in this variation, so you will probably only get the other one. The next one was a surprise. I guess originally meant as a record store release, a record store day release, but as we know, record store day in this year has been like split. And this is a project I never thought I would see again. The Grid, like the original 90s The Grid with Flotation, another 90s track, I guess. And this version, as you can see here, has been dedicated to Andrew Weatherall, as he's passed recently, and it is a remix by special request, limited to 1,000 copies. If this is so limited, I'm in doubt, but beautiful artwork, beautiful clear see-through vinyl, and this really takes me back to the 90s, kind of, not because the track is 90s, but it has this like very experimental, ambient-y, chill out, meets Balearic, meets, I don't know, hip-hop tempo beats kind of feel, and with like ambient and like very long hypnotic strings and pads and like big intro and like, or long intro, long outro feel for like chill out floors of the 90s rave. So this is very interesting. I love this, and yeah, the artwork is great too. I hope you can see this as well. Is going for a bit of money actually, and hasn't been like very cheap, even though 1,000 copies is not that limited. But interesting, the grid, and they did this Swamp Thing record back in the 90s with that kind of banjo thing, and this was a big hit for them, and I never thought that I would see them again, but surprise. The next one, totally different stuff. Footsie Favors on his own label, Studio 54, his first album on the label. A grime double album with a lot of tracks on there. This artwork works with the glare, and yeah, one of the best grime albums I've heard in a long time, and Footsie is a great producer and also like a great MC and rapper and stuff. Comes with a beautiful inlay as well. So here's the full album art as an inlay. Here's the track list. It has a big list of guests on this album as well, like JME, Jammer, DEE, P Money, and I guess quite a few more like big names from the grime scene. Yeah, this is like the proper gangster vibe grime I love. So it's not that polished and stuff. Like 2 or 3 like more slower, not necessarily romantic tunes, but like this is like very rough gangster shit. So, and production wise also very rough. So I love it for this reason. I've never been a fan of this like kind of industry grime, which is very polished and stuff and clear sounding, but I like the raw Fruity Loops aesthetic from the very beginning of the genre. So yeah, good stuff. Recommend if you want to have like one grime album in 2020. This one, Footsie Flavors. Another exception from the norm actually that blew me kind of away is on the Sweated Out label. I guess they're from Australia actually. I hope this works because there is like this protective foil around and stuff. And this is an act I hadn't on my radar, and probably I won't have on my radar in the future, because this is more like new disco. This Purple Disco Machine featuring Sophie and the Giants. So, and the track is called Hypnotized, and man, this is an anthem. Like this is catchy. This is like new disco, like yeah, soft and melodic and stuff. But the vocals are very catchy. The groove is nice and stuff. And this was like stuck in my ear for immediately after I heard this first, and I thought about buying this for a while, but finally did. And yeah, this is a big hit, and in like a proper society and stuff, in the proper radio landscape, this would be like daytime radio on heavy rotation. So Purple Disco Machine and Sophie and the Giants, Hypnotized, is like a big anthem, and yeah, it's kind of pop leaning, but this is a good tune, so I got it. Next one is Decipher, Back to Your Love EP, which also interesting. Yeah, this is my handwriting, of course. And we see like UK Garage making a big comeback like recently, so this is one of those records that go along with this trend, but this is more like proper old school speed garage on the Fresh Milk Records label. First release ever. They have come up with another one of them too, I guess, which is also great. And this is like, yeah, old school, toolish, I would say 1998 or 1997 leaning speed garage, raw, not much like hit potential, but good DJ tools and stuff, and I love the artwork and stuff, so good, a good record. And the final one I won't even try to pronounce because reasons. So this is an artist with like a very cryptic name of like, I don't know, Russian origin, but it is, it's too small to show, but there is like it is comprised, the name is comprised of like Russian letters and a number and whatever, so I won't even try, but this looks great. And this is the Whitey's 031, the last release on the Whitey's label actually, which I'm not that fond of anymore. The release is great. This is like breakbeat, IDM, chill out, electronica, future jungle elements in there. So the label release is 100% excellent. But I'm not a fan of this, like, I don't know, social justice warrior pressure and stuff. And the release, or the label actually, is called Whitey's, which or was called Whitey's. They now have like renamed or rebranded to 8093. And the Whitey's name, as far as I got the story right, I read it somewhere in detail, didn't have anything to do like with race or with like them being white. That was like a totally different story where this name came from. But they have been, I feel, kind of pressured into changing the name because the name Whitey's is not obviously offensive to people who are not like Caucasian white and stuff. So they were forced to change the name, or like decided to, because they felt the pressure. And I don't know, man. It's like this thing goes too far in my opinion. So it's like I don't know, the same with like Black Madonna, which was like she's Catholic, and the Black Madonna in Catholic religion is like a thing that is worshipped, and she was like naming herself after that, and she's like because this was like a thing in her childhood, and she still believes, I guess, in God and stuff, and now she was forced, because she is not black, to go or to change her name, or felt pressure and got like a backlash because for being named Black Madonna, and now she's got, I don't know, Blessed Madonna or whatever, and I don't know. So this is like, I don't know what people are thinking these days, but I'm definitely not backing this trend of like forcing people to change their name because some group, for whatever reason, even if it's like a very small group or like only a few people, are like, well, you cannot do this because you are black, white, whatever. And so, I don't know, changing the label's name from Whitey's to whatever, even though it wasn't even intended to have anything to do with race or whatever, is bullshit. So I will definitely not go into like buying the new stuff, because I don't respect this decision, kind of. So, but this is just my personal opinion on this. Might get some flack for this, but if you know me, you know what I'm dealing about, or what I'm talking about. So whatever. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, whatever, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Social media down in the description box, Bandcamp somewhere around here. Make sure to get the new Combat Dubs release via your local record store or via Bandcamp, and yeah, let me know if you like this, and I'm gonna see you in the next one, or I'm gonna like get my music to you via a radio station near you at some point in the future. So, baze.djunkiii out. Talk to you later.